like science.
I like science.
I like science.
Hello, crew. This is your captain speaking,
Science.
and welcome to Shield Podulation. I am your captain, DJ Evil Dave. This is my first officer, Brandy. Hello, Brandy.
Hello. Really? We can't be both captains? Jeez.
We're not going to
Rude.
co-captain. This
I
isn't whatever.
I didn't say that. I can
Yeah,
hold the rank of captain without being the captain of a ship.
right. Oh,
See.
what, you're Battelle to my Pike? Is that what's going
Yes,
on?
that's it. I'm now a
Um,
lovely statue sentry
yeah.
in on the DS9 and
Lovely, is it? Or does it look like something that's got mildew growing on it?
it looks ethereal is what it looks like
Okay.
to me. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with uh lovely. Anyway,
All right.
hi. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi. It's uh it's been a very
It's a,
long day.
it's been a very long month
It's
and a
it's
very long
just
year.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
I'm
I'd
really
say yeah
tired,
a few more
guys.
times.
I'm really tired. So I've had all of the life drained out of me, as if a vampire had attached
Vampires.
itself to my neck. And
Pelia is not a vampire.
no, she's not.
And she does
She's
not
not.
speak like a vampire. Or does she?
Does she? It's hard to,
We're talking about the wrong episode.
talking about the wrong show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is today's episode is Deep
Deep Space
Space
Nine,
Nine, season
Season
6, episode
6,
22.
Episode 22,
Valiant.
Valiant.
Valiant. Yeah, not a word I like very much actually.
Yeah, it reminds me of the boring comic book strip, Prince
Mm,
Valiant.
so boring.
Just a guy in a page boy haircut with a lot of speech bubbles.
Hmm.
And I swear the same panels week after week after week.
Well,
It's
they
like,
did
does
little.
anything happen in this
No,
comic strip?
no, it doesn't. Um, they did actually film shorts that they used to show before kids' movies
Uh-huh.
because I remember that from when I was very young. I couldn't have been
Wow.
older than 5 or 6.
Right. Back when they'd
And
get like the reel to reel kind of out, the old
yeah.
projector. It's like in Gremlins when they're doing nature films
Oh, right. Okay.
about the heartbeat.
Right. All I heard was just garbled stuff.
Of course, because
It
that's what those films kind of sounded like.
didn't
They
sound
have
like
the best
words.
speaker system.
Yeah.
They're kind of
It's
warbly because of the times that they were played and the film kind of melting.
yeah, and it was one of those serials too, so you never knew what happened next.
Right.
Like you saw one part of the story and you would never find out how anything went. And I found that extremely frustrating, even at that tender age.
It reminds me of Misery. And he fell out of the cockamamie car kind of thing. And then the next episode, he's there on the side of the cliff.
Yeah. All right. Let's get
Yep.
this done. So season
So
6, episode 22,
this one
Valiant.
starts weird.
It does start weird. It starts with the bar, with
Yeah.
Quark's bar.
Quark's bar. He's super busy. He's looking at his iPad, trying to remember how to actually physically make drinks.
Mm-hmm.
There's lines of people at the bar. I could see this being a steward of the Flophouse being one of his bar nightmares that he gets when he gets people sitting on things they're not supposed to sit on, and also just they're not leaving the bar after closing time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just crowding around, everybody wanting to get a drink. Morn's there, looking perturbed.
Yeah, well, that's it's hard to tell Morn's when perturbed face, but if you say so.
Yeah. Yeah. Odo coming in and just kind of twisting the knife. It's like, you seem busy
Hmm.
as he's running around. It's like trouble with the drink replicator. And it's like, great speech. It's like, well, no, I don't have a problem because if I did have a problem, I'd report that problem to O'Brien and he would come to fix it. If O'Brien couldn't fix it, I could have Rom fix it. But since Rom's not around to fix it and hasn't fixed it, then Nog could fix it. And since Nog hasn't fixed it, then no, I do not have a replicator problem because apparently if I did, something would be done.
It's
Uh,
it's
Great
great.
speech.
And then Jadzia shows up
Uh-huh.
and Quark becomes one of those guys. Just
Yeah.
watching her work. Ew.
And thinking that the work is beneath her, which it's not. Engineering's an important job. It's just
Hmm.
because Quark has certain opinions of people's station because of course he's a capitalist.
Hmm.
So, your only value is what you make or what you own. It's like she's of service, she's helping. This is going to help your business. It's essential to your business. You are a bar. A bar without drinks is what? It's
Hmm.
just a location with loud music and cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
Not even cigarette smoke. So yeah,
Yeah.
she starts dumping a bunch of goo out of the drink replicator.
Oh, yeah, that was gross.
Yep, as she starts cleaning it and sets apart, to fixing the replicator. And you pointed out that he might be looking at her butt. I don't know if
Mm,
he is, but he might be.
he
It's Rick
might be.
Berman, so he probably is.
Yeah. This cold open has one of my most favorite things in it, and it's Odo's face when he
Hmm.
realizes what Quark is staring at, and he's like, his eyes are so big.
Yep.
You like her.
You're in love. And Quark's like, what are you talking about? It's like, you love Jadzia. Jising.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's buried. Yeah, that doesn't stop Quark from looking, does it?
Oh, yep. That's what she says. It must really piss you off that she's married to Worf. And he's like, no.
But just Odo's big eyes. He doesn't
Hmm.
do big eyes, and he did big eyes, and it was marvelous, and I loved it.
Well, he's like a cat and Quark is a toy.
Yeah.
And he just likes batting Quark around any chance he gets.
Yeah, his pupils probably dilated
Yep.
when he was like,
Boing. Yep.
you love her.
And he did that little tail wiggle before pouncing all over Quark.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
that's
can't
really all we
remember.
get of Deep Space Nine, other than
Yeah,
even
really.
the end. I think they're on the Defiant still.
Yes,
So
they are.
yeah, I
Um,
think this is all we get from the space station.
yeah. Opening credits, right? Sure.
Opening
Opening credit
credits, a
notes.
weird theme that I still haven't quite caught on with.
Yeah,
Kind of,
it's
it's in
annoying.
search of a melody.
Yeah. Well, when it goes into like the bridge, it actually
Hmm.
works really well, but
Ah.
because it sounds like music.
No, it's kind of antithetical to a lot of songs. Is usually a
Yeah.
bridge is where you get to explore a little bit and just be different and amelodical, but yeah, that
Yeah.
most of it is just it's like intro and then bridge and then over. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, we're on a shuttle, and I was talking about how big the shuttles are in Strange New Worlds. The runabouts are pretty big themselves, and they have
Mm-hmm.
lots of seating.
Yep. Lots of seating. You could have a full crew, full command crew on there.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So,
Looks
yeah.
like just a miniaturized bridge.
And Quark, not Quark. I
Jake.
don't know who was sent. I don't know who sent
Oh,
Nog. I can't remember, but I think it was Cisco. Was it Cisco? It might have
yeah,
been
I think
Cisco
Cisco
with a letter to the
sent,
Nagus.
yeah, Nog to Fringanar with the message to the Grand Nagus, and Jake's tagging along,
Yeah.
hoping to get a story when he promised not to, which bad job,
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But here's the thing. Why is this happening? Why are they taking a letter to Ferenginar?
In times of war. But they address this is Jake implies that Nog had a look at it. And Nog
Mm,
says definitely not because it's like for the Negus's eyes only. But it could be a request to join the Federation
mm.
because Ferenginar is not one of the Federation worlds.
Yeah, well, that doesn't happen for a while though.
Yeah. And since they're at war, they could use Ferenginar's assistance.
Yeah.
So why not reach out to as many allies as you can? It's kind of like, again, in Baldur's Gate 3, when the
Mhm.
Emperor says, make allies. And so basically do these side quests,
Hmm.
gain help in this final battle that doesn't quite explain how you use all your allies. And when you do, it doesn't seem to do much. So what's the point? Why not
Yeah,
just make super powerful characters and spam certain spells?
that's what we do.
Yeah, or just use mods.
Yeah, that too. Well, it's because of mods that we can spam spells so well.
Yep.
So
They get that amulet, so you have
unlimited
infinite,
magic cast
yeah, yeah, infinite spell slots and just cast Insect Plague whenever you want.
and spike growth.
Uh,
That
Magic
one's a lot of
Missile.
fun.
It's
And
like
now we,
dodge this
yeah, and we finally
counter
learned
spell.
how to release
Oh
a
yeah, concentration
concentration spell.
spells. Yeah, you go.
So
It's like just you go hover over the spell, and then this little thing pops up in the right hand bottom corner, and I think it's the square button to
yeah,
cancel
square,
concentration on a spell.
square or triangle, I can't remember. This is, of course,
Yeah,
if you have a PlayStation. If you
yeah,
don't,
yeah. If you're
then
playing
it's,
on PlayStation, yeah.
yeah. If you don't have a PlayStation, it would probably be hover with the X button and you know that would be the one to release. It would be the X
Ah,
button. And I
because
can't
yeah,
tell you what it would
the
be for any other thing. So
spike growth lasts a long time, and so you
so long.
without breaking concentration, you're waiting for a long time before you can walk over the area without taking damage.
Yeah, you could
Or
go
you have
get
to
yourself a
cast another
snack.
concentration spell. If you happen to have a concentration cantrip, which I don't think there's a lot of, you could do that.
Yeah.
There really isn't that many, and why waste a cantrip on one if you don't need it?
Well, and that's the thing. I don't have any other concentration spells.
Right.
So, and I don't think I'm going to have any more concentration spells because the thing is that spells aren't really where I excel. It's
Well,
the
yeah.
actual combat with weapons that I tend to excel with. But anyway,
Yeah,
um,
rangers get half spells. They're kind of like paladins that way.
yeah, and that's
They
fine.
only get so many per level, and they don't get them until I think second or third anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Jake because yes, Jake breaks his promise and that is not cool.
He's yeah.
It's really not a good look. And I'm like, is this Jake becoming the anything for a story guy? That is not cool.
Yeah, once he decided he wanted to be a writer and a reporter, his character changed a lot.
Yeah. And
And yeah.
and then he also says some things to Nog that are straight up racist.
Yeah, about how aren't Ferengis good at negotiating when they're being fired upon.
Hmm.
It's like, can't you negotiate for like a ceasefire or something? Aren't Ferengis good at that? It's like,
Oh,
yeah,
racist.
racist.
So racist.
Well, even when he's talking about visiting Ferenginar, it's like, well, I'd like to go around and just see the planet and all the muck and all the rain,
Hmm.
as if that's
Yeah.
all there is.
Yeah. Just not Jake's finest moments.
No, I mean, just episodes ago that we reviewed, he was teaching Nog how to read, and now here
Yeah.
we are.
Yep. And the thing is they get themselves in a bit of hot water. What they really should have done was run as fast as they
Hmm.
can. Didn't do that. And they're just about to, have a fatal shot. And another ship that looks like a Defiant class ship just comes out of the blue and destroys the attackers.
Well, in Nog's defense, he did try to run away. They just weren't fast
Yes.
enough, and he
Yeah.
was taking the most direct route away, which was into Cardassian space.
Yeah.
And and so he was trying to outrun this ship that was pursuing him.
It was a
But
Jem'Hadar ship, if I remember
yeah,
right.
Jim Hadar ship, but it was too fast, which makes sense because a runabout is only so fast.
Hmm. Here's the thing: if you have vehicles like runabouts or shuttles that are warp capable, they should fucking be able to go faster at impulse. Okay.
Yeah, well, if you think of how small they are, there's only so much power output they can produce because they only have so much engine and power that they're capable of. So imagine I mean, you think of a smaller ship being able to be faster, kind of Delta Flyer ways,
Yeah.
but you think if its power output equals thrust, then your larger ships are going to be faster.
Yeah, but the warp core is what gives you warp drive.
Right, and the warp cores on something like the Enterprise or the Defiant are quite large, and I haven't even seen a warp core on a runabout.
But there has to be one if they're going to
Yeah.
warp. We never really talk about that, do we?
No. It's like, yeah, it's got to be
Just
somewhere. There's got to be a micro
brush it
one, but I don't
away.
imagine it producing all that much power. So,
Yeah, it's hard to say. But anyway, regardless of that, now we've got the USS Valiant, which um, we find out relatively soon that it was supposed to be a training ship.
yeah. And did Nog identify the Valiant by its call number? It's like
Yes.
its
Yeah,
designation.
because he was saying that Jake was saying that it was, another Defiant class, and he's like, no, no, the Defiant class has these numbers, and this is not that. This is not one
Right.
of ours. So yeah,
And
he
so
was,
piecing together the designation number plus being another Defiant class, you arrived
mhm,
to the conclusion that it was the Valiant because it had gone missing like 8 months ago.
yeah. And now they're behind enemy lines, so that's
They
fun.
are
Mm,
spooky.
spooky.
And the shuttle's in distress. They're getting fired upon. Jake gets blasted out of his seat. And where did Jake learn to do shields?
No.
Yeah, it's curious. Do they just teach any civilian how to do shields on a shuttle? I guess you would
I
have to because they've got to take runabouts too to get places. So there's got to be some training on how to do tactical on a shuttle if civilians are taking them from place to place.
Well, yeah, and it stands to reason that during the course of this series, Jake has gone on trips with his dad.
Right. And his
So,
dad could show him certain tricks and whoever
yeah.
else went with him places, even Nog
Hmm.
would understand. It's like, well, this is how you run shields.
Yep. Yeah. So here's the Red Squad is back. Fuck. Um,
Yeah.
I am not a
Yeah,
fan of Red Squad.
they transport Nog and Jake over just as the shuttle gets destroyed. And Jake has a sore arm.
Yeah, yeah. He's got an injury,
He's got boo-boo.
an owie. And we meet the acting captain, which is, I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Waters. And immediately, this guy has Kirk level confidence without the skill to back it up.
Yeah, you get a bad vibe from him already. And also, he's got this kind of smugness and
Mm-hmm.
youth that you get with a Paul Rudd character,
Mm-hmm.
and it's difficult to take him seriously. He's
Mm-hmm.
got this kind of rakish thing going on. It's like you are not a mature individual,
Mm-mm.
even though you were granted this field promotion to captain. That was a desperation move.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a bad one.
Yep. And the captain that was in charge of the training vessel, of course, it has died. It had happened during a battle, of course, because
Hmm.
they're behind enemy lines, whatnot.
Which says something about this captain too, because who's taking kids into a war zone? Seriously. Red Squad or otherwise, what are you doing?
Eh, I, maybe they didn't intend to end up in that area of space. There's a lot of things that are kind of
Yeah.
missing from the narrative
Yeah, as
about what
if you
really happened.
yeah, through chain of command, if you keep passing the buck, this reflects poorly on Starfleet altogether.
Yup.
Because I know they're stretched a little thin with the war and everything, but to take a training vessel with children, well, cadets on board, and to go through this clandestine mission behind enemy lines, I mean, that's what you request some of your top guys for. That's Section 31 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't send cadets out on this mission. But I guess the idea was they wouldn't be suspected because who's going to suspect the Valiant?
Yeah.
And so they'd be able to spy. And if the what class of ship is this again? Defiant
Defiant
and the
class.
oh, they are called the Defiant class, even though the Defiant is the Defiant.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
Defiant class ship because the Defiant was the first. It was the prototype,
All
and
right. So
yeah,
if all Defiant classes have cloaking capability, I don't know if they do, because this ship didn't seem to.
they do
So what
not.
are they doing a clandestine mission anyway if they don't have cloaking technology? They're going to get
I know.
spotted.
I know.
There's
I
a
know.
lot that doesn't make sense here.
Yep, especially taking, kids. Just
Yep.
just why? You don't do that for a training mission. You just don't do that.
Speaking of, did it feel like the Scarecrow visiting Munchkin Land when Jake went into the
Oh
commissary?
my God, yes.
He was like a foot and a half taller than everybody.
Yeah, well,
It's
he
incredible.
he's suddenly as tall as his dad. Just
Yeah.
and that happens with teenage boys. They seem little, 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 and in the course of a few months, they're now beanpoles.
Yeah.
And
He is a lanky guy.
he is. He
And
is
yeah, he just
cute as
walks into the
hell.
commissary and just like, oh my God, you're just towering over everybody.
Yeah.
It's
Which
like
is
Saru on the Discovery.
yes. Yes, Saru towers over everybody as well. And yet he's such a gentle, sweet soul with a sense of humor.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't care enough to write down everybody's names.
I didn't
So
either. There's the captain,
there's the captain who's
Captain
Waters.
Rudd.
Captain Rudd. There we go. So we've got Captain Rudd. We've got
We
First
got
Officer
Karen.
7 of 9, Karen.
Well, yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah,
her
it's
name
her
is
seven
actually
of nine
Karen.
wig. It's
Yeah,
like the first time I saw her, I said, is that seven of nine's hairstyle? What's it doing on that
yes.
12-year-old?
It really because I've seen that hairstyle a lot, and I'm pretty sure that most of the time it was a wig for Jerry Ryan as well, simply because it is hard to replicate the same
Right.
style over and over and over again, even
Yes.
with wigs. So they just had, I'm guessing, wigs made with, the hairstyle ready to go, so
Yeah,
you
it
don't have to
was
waste time.
way too mature of a hairstyle for that face.
Yeah, it
And
just,
so the Karen
yeah.
really came over because it's like, oh yeah, she's going to talk to your manager for
Yeah,
sure.
she absolutely wants to talk to your manager right now.
Yep. Just severe, severe hairstyle on a young face is just wild.
Yeah. She does look like she's 12. I'm sure
Yeah.
that actor was at least 18,
Yep.
if not older, because sometimes people just look younger than they are. Then we have the chief, who's the
Yep.
one who's showing him all around. And she
Amazing.
also, oh yes, I
This
love her.
performance is fantastic.
Yes, she's the best thing on this ship.
Yeah.
She's the
Clearly.
best thing on the ship. And she has the same kind of hairstyle, but it's not done in the same way. Like her
Right.
head is a different shape, and it's the French roll tucked in, yeah, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like 7 of 9.
I was gonna say that it looked like it was braided and then the braided tucked in
Yeah,
to give a short like Federation requirement hairstyle. It's like you can
yeah,
have long hair, just put it up.
yeah. Well, that's the thing, though, is that particular standard seems to be fluid
Yeah, because
because,
look at Battelle.
yeah, we see people with hair down
Yeah,
all the time. And apparently, the whole thing about not having your hair loose, um, as far as a military standpoint in real life, that's so people can't get a hold of you. That
right.
they don't have a way to grab you in a vulnerable place. And also to keep your hair away from your face so it doesn't fall into your eyes and cover your vision, things like that. um and I understand that, but I think that is not really, it doesn't really cover all problems. And
Yeah.
so I don't think wearing the hair back and away from the face is necessary.
Yeah, why have lapels on your jacket?
Yeah.
Because people can grab that too.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, yeah, you can't have long hair, but you can have lapels?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
And it's not that you can't have long hair, it's just you can't have it down. But the thing is, we saw it all the time on the Enterprise, as in TNG Enterprise. The original series did have some of that as well, but in the
Right.
60s, the late 60s, it was still very chic to have short haircuts, so that we didn't get
Right.
a lot of long-haired ladies because that wasn't the style of the time. But yeah, this actor, she's really good. She actually is likable. She's like the only
Yes.
likable person on the ship.
Well, she has, I mean, you know how in auditions they'll have you read a monologue?
Hmm.
this could be one of her talking about home on the moon
Yes.
and how the sun comes up only like once a month
Mm-hmm.
and that sunrise on the moon is shocking and that her father would, they would put on environmental suits and go out and watch the monthly sunrise
Mm-hmm.
and that, people think of the moon being severe and that it's actually quite beautiful.
Yeah. Well,
Because
there's like,
doesn't Jake call her a lunar schooner?
yes,
She
he
says, I
does
haven't
call
heard
her.
that for ages. It's only Earthlings that call it Luna or the moon. And it was, oh
Yeah.
yeah, his granddad calls it the moon. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because he's old enough where there wasn't really more than one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The only one that was, well, it's still the only moon around Earth, as far as I
Yep.
know.
Yeah.
But
It's just there's other moons in the solar system, let alone the rest of the Alpha Quadrant.
yeah, and honestly, this crew of people, this crew of kids, they are very skilled. No one is arguing that, but they
Right.
have zero oversight.
Yeah. And I think it's because of Captain Rudd.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he is power hungry. He was given this field promotion and took it upon himself to finish the mission. I don't think that was his directive.
I doubt it was. I
I
agree.
don't think that captain gave him that field permission or promotion expecting him to continue the mission. I think
Mm-mm.
he gave it to him to uh, gather the crew and send them home.
Yeah, get him home.
That would be my directive if I was a captain. It's okay, okay, we've lost this mission. All the adults have been killed. Take us home.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to Earth,
That
or at least
is,
a star base.
yeah, just get to a starbase. That
Yeah,
that is the rational thing
yeah.
to do.
Get to a star base, get reassigned, get trauma counseling, stuff like that, because you've been through a terrible experience. But because he was given this field promotion, he took it seriously, believed in his own hype of being a captain
Mm-hmm.
and leading this crew, and kind of brainwashed a lot of his crew to follow through this ridiculous Red Squad superiority complex that they
Ugh,
have.
it's so bad.
Red Squad is a terrible idea. This
Mm-hmm.
idea of the best of the best. And they're not the best of the best. There's got to be some nepotism going on.
There
There's some
is.
sons and daughters of admirals and captains on that crew.
Oh, hell yes.
They're not taking the best of the best. They're taking the most privileged of the privileged. Even in this post-scarcity society, there's still some privilege
Mm-hmm.
you can imagine. I mean, we get that with, Lower Decks with Mariner and, finding out that she's the captain's daughter and how that changes people's perspectives of her
Yeah, and she knew that was going to
because
happen. That's why she
nepotism.
kept, yeah,
Yeah.
she kept it quiet for that reason. She wanted to
Yep.
be herself instead of, a conduit to her mother.
Right.
So it's yeah. Let me see. What was her name? Oh my
Was this
goodness.
the chief?
Yeah, I'm looking up the cast.
Ah.
It doesn't
I
seem
also
to
have a name
be
for our first officer. How about Karen of Nine?
Karen of Nine. Perfect. Yeah, that was, oh my gosh. This guy, all grown up now, he hot.
Oh, of
Jesus
course.
Christ.
Yeah.
Beard. Oh, I love a good beard, and he's got a great beard.
Yeah,
Oh,
he definitely has a Paul Rudd quality, so I imagine he aged quite gracefully.
oh yes. Paul Popovich is his name. I think
Russian or
that
Ukrainian? One of the two.
it's hard to say. Courtney Peldon apparently is Ferris. That's who she looks like. She was born in 1981, so that's
Yeah, our chief reminds me of Bobby from The Expanse.
yeah, agree. I think that the character Collins, that's the name of the chief.
Uh-huh.
I do believe that that's her, and her name is Ashley McDonough.
Okay.
So, well done to you, Ashley, because you were the most sympathetic character in this episode.
Well, yeah,
And
talking about home, she gets choked up and starts, to cry, and so she has to leave and makes the excuse that she's on duty.
yeah.
And of course, you see the captain run across her later, and crying is an offense. We're not supposed to
Mm,
cry, and that shows how immature this captain is.
mm-hmm.
There's, it's reminds me of what's the name of the movie with Meg Ryan about the helicopter crash?
There's been so many movies about helicopter crashes. I couldn't tell you the
Yeah, it's
title.
not Black Hawk Down because that's
No.
all guys, but she talks about when she's crying, it's about stress. And, the men in her group, especially one particular misogynist man, calls her
Mm,
out on it. It's like, no, it's just stress. I'm fine. That it's okay to cry. It's a release of tension.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I cry for every emotion.
Right.
I
There's
literally cry for every
tears of
emotion.
joy, tears of anger, tears of sadness,
Frustration,
frustration. I mean, there's
uh,
various reasons to cry, and
disappointment, you know, just
it,
all
it
of it.
it's better than like holding it all inside and letting it eat at you, like I'm sure the captain is, because he's also taking stems to stay awake. He can't trust anybody else to have power, so he has to stay awake to be the one in control. He
Hmm.
can't give it away to the first officer, even though she seems capable enough. I mean, she's a bit of a hardliner, but she's enough to keep the crew going as he sleeps. But
Yeah.
they're understaffed, and he says that. That's why he promotes Nog when Nog suggests something they can do to increase their warp speed because they're stuck at what, 3.2?
Yeah. Speaking of, it was it Courage Under Fire? Was that the movie?
Courage Under Fire, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what her name was? Karen.
Karen? Makes sense.
Her name was Karen in the
Yep.
movie.
Yes, there was a helicopter crash. They're stuck behind enemy lines. They're pinned down, and she was shot, but she was shot through friendly fire.
Hmm.
So they were investigating how that happened,
Yeah.
is whether she was murdered or if it was an accident. Turns out it seems to have been an accident.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, this is my thing about crying and why it shouldn't be frowned upon ever, because it's how am I going to put
It's a
this?
physiological
No, yeah,
response.
that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
This is something that is inoffensive. This is something that
Hmm.
is not harmful. This is a just a natural response to the situation you're in. And it has nothing to do with anything else. It's just expressing something that's going on inside the body. And it's more of a healthy thing instead of, oh, I don't know, going and taking a bunch of fucking stims
Yep.
and just ordering your crew to do shit that they absolutely should not be doing.
Yeah, there's a maturity in being able to express your emotions intelligently, and
Yeah.
some of that is being authentic to what you're feeling
Yes.
and not locking away tears when you're sad or homesick. And it's
Mhm.
perfectly reasonable to be homesick.
Yep. Well,
And
Waters has absolutely no emotional intelligence.
no, he does not. And it's performative. It's performative masculinity to suggest that crying is a weakness and that it undermines his crew if they're made to think of home. What else are they
Mhm.
fighting for than home?
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that kind of the whole point? Isn't that why soldiers have letters sent to them from home with pictures
Hmm.
of their wives and girlfriends and children?
Hmm.
Is to remind them what they're fighting for.
Yeah.
And so if you erase that aspect of why they're there, then why are they bothering to do anything?
Well,
What does it serve other than the ego of the captain?
hmm and he's egotistical and a drug addict, so that's great.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
great combination. Yeah. Let's talk about Nog and
Let's
how
talk about
excited.
Nog, baby. Let's talk
Let's
about
talk about.
you and me. Let's
Mhm.
talk about getting warp drive past 3.2. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's so excited to be promoted to lieutenant commander and be the chief engineer. And granted, he knows his way around a Defiant class
Yeah.
ship.
And he's reluctant at first because
Hmm.
I think deep down he knows it's a big leap and it seems too soon.
Yeah.
That yes, they are understaffed, and yes, he's a capable engineer, and yes, he has familiarity with the Defiance warp drive, But still, he's young. He's an ensign. To be promoted to lieutenant commander and chief engineer is
Hmm.
a huge leap.
Yeah.
And it's why I'm not a big fan of the Kelvin first Star Trek movie,
Hmm.
is that field promotion of Kirk from ensign to captain is there's no earning of stripes there.
He
You
didn't
have
earn
to
it at
have
all.
him be experienced like we're seeing in Strange New Worlds. We've got to see that development, from just being on a ship to being first officer and then getting his captain's chair. It's got to be step by step because otherwise it seems like you're just handed something
Yeah.
when you didn't really earn it.
Hmm. Doesn't have the skill for it. I mean,
Yeah.
as an ensign, how the fuck could he be fit to captain a starship, especially the fucking flagship? Come on.
Yeah, how the flagship captained by a field promoted individual amongst a bunch of other cadets that were giving field commission. It makes no sense. And
Mm-mm.
it completely skips him being on the Farragut. It's like
Hmm.
w it's the impatience of the Kelvin Star Trek that this new thing with, the rise of the internet is instant satisfaction. We have to have Captain Kirk. Even though our first remit was, oh, this is a kind of a prequel kind of thing. We can show early days of the crew, them being young, them developing into who they are. But no, we have to have Captain Kirk. And so they skip everything to get to there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what we're seeing here
Mm.
is you're not earning your stripes to become chief engineer. You're just an ensign. And yeah, you're familiar with the Defiant class engines. And yeah, turn off these safety protocols because O'Brien did the same thing. And it's like stolen valor.
Mm.
But he's just doing what O'Brien did to get the same results. It's not like
Yeah.
it's anything he's originating himself. It's, familiar territory, but he does that and they're able to get past 3.2, even though Karen of Nine doubts him.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen of
Yeah,
Nine.
like I
Completely
said,
unlockable.
she's a hardliner. She
Mm.
seems like, I mean, despite them clearly not doing regulation shit in
Mm.
here,
Mm.
is that they should go home. And I
Mm.
think most of them realize that they have no business being out there, but they've bought into the captain's bullshit.
Yep.
It's a cult
They
of personality, and we see how insane that can be when people just jump on this crazy train that's led by some charismatic but definitely wrong individual.
You ripped charismatic straight out of my head.
Did I?
Yes, that's the
Nice.
exact word I was thinking about. Charismatic. That's how a lot of people get others to do what they want.
Yeah,
And it's just th this guy, he could have been a great captain. He could have,
right.
but he took what were probably orders to return home and turned it into a vendetta.
Yes.
And that's yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
there's no humility.
Mm-mm.
It's all ego driven. It's not about the crew, it's about him. He
Hmm.
says the crew got him there, but you can tell he's just borrowing from what other captains would say.
Hmm. That's
You just can
because
feel it when he's talking. It's like, oh, yeah, we survived this long, not because of me, but because the crew got us here. I owe it all to them. And it's like, do you? Do
yeah,
you
that's not what
really
he really
think
thinks.
that?
No, he doesn't. It's clear that he doesn't.
Or is it just they're doing what you say?
Yeah,
Because when
it's
anybody ever calls him out, they're shut down. I mean, that's
hmm
how Jake ends up in the brig, is because he's just talking to people about home. But
yeah,
the captain can't have that because it undermines his crew. It takes
yeah.
their minds off the mission, which is a mission they shouldn't even be doing in the first place. They should be going
Hmm.
home.
They should be going home. They should have run for it the first chance they got. But no, now they're gonna destroy this particular warship that the rumors are going on about.
Yeah,
And
and that wasn't even the original mission. It was just
no,
to survey the ship and to scan it and get information about it. And they managed to do that with the
hmm,
increased warp drive. They managed to get the information they needed on this battle cruiser, which included their antimatter containment thing. The cat's meowing at the closed door.
yeah, I know.
that it's made of a certain material that's weak to a certain kind of radiation. And if it gets hit by that radiation, it will turn basically into putty, is
Hmm.
the theory. And so they think they can actually take on this battle cruiser. And Jake's like, this is suicide. This is a
Yeah.
suicide mission. There's no way you can do this.
And that's when he gets put in the brig.
Yeah, because he's talking to Nog about it. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And Nog's bought into the bullshit too because he's
Ugh.
high on his own supply as well. That
Yeah.
he's chief engineer. He's getting the respect that he wouldn't get back on Deep Space Nine. People are calling him chief and stuff. It's like, yeah, this is excellent. He's appreciated for what he contributes to the ship, and he's behind the captain and thinks he's a good man, a noble man, and has the best of the crew in his heart and mind. It's like that's not true.
Mm-mm.
As Jake even says, yeah, I'll write that on your tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
'cause you're all gonna
powerful.
die.
That was
You're all
powerful.
gonna die. You're gonna take on this ship that's like 5 to 10 times larger than you with a crew of cadets.
Hmm.
Yeah, you might be pretending to be captain and first officer and lieutenant commander, chief engineer, but you're not. Those are all
Mm-mm.
field promotions. They're temporarily
Yeah.
under an emergency in which the first instance was for you to go home and you
Hmm.
didn't.
Now, if they'd had a cloak, they probably could have pulled something off. But even
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, sneak
don't,
attack.
don't do that. Go
It's a
home.
ridiculous
Report
plan.
what you saw. Report what you learned. Give the good guys some information to help them out. But
Yeah.
no, he had to do what his ego demanded.
They forgot that they belong to Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
They believe they're out there on their own. They're a single vessel, a single crew against this Cardassian battleship. That they can't just go back and report, hey, we saw the battleship. This is a weakness we saw, and leave somebody else to target it and get rid of it. A
Mm-hmm.
more talented, effective, more decked out ship. Yeah, the Valiant is state of the art warship, but even so, you want the proper team to go out there and do this. And they're not that. And they prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, they retrofit this torpedo to produce this radiation. They have to get in within 300 meters of the ship to target an area because it has to be
Mm.
manually.
Oh, that's
Because I
not,
guess,
that's so bad.
yeah, they have to remove the auto
Safeties.
targeting stuff
Mm-hmm.
from the torpedo. So to fit in the other stuff, I guess, is the explanation for that. But yeah, they have to get in close, fire their torpedo, which they do, but it doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
The plan fails.
Mm-hmm.
They carry out the mission exactly as it was described and planned out, but their theory was wrong.
Yep.
That it didn't create this chain reaction. It didn't release the antimatter. The panel didn't turn to putty like they thought it would. They were wrong.
Yeah.
And they're fired upon. They've already taken on many hits just to get it within range of the ship to fire. They've lost weapons and shields and their maneuverability. It's like they're pretty much dead in the water.
Yeah. Drifting
Yeah, and
for the
that's
most
when
part.
Nog, is one of the last surviving people along with the chief. And I
Yeah.
think Karen's there close towards the end, demanding Nog to make the decision because he's the highest ranking officer now. He's, chief engineer. He's with the captain gone. I guess the first officer, is she still around then or not? But you would think the first officer would be higher ranked, but that's not necessarily true because I think first officer is more of a position than a rank.
Mm-hmm. It is.
But you would think it would be
Even
the next highest rank, but it not necessarily is.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing about ranks and positions, because you
Yeah.
can be a captain of a starship and be a lieutenant commander.
Right. When you're given the con, it's
Yeah.
like Lieutenant Commander, you have the con, and then suddenly they're the captain and are
Yeah,
referred to the captain.
I'm sure that there are actual ships out there that have captains that are not a captain rank. You don't have to
Mm,
have a captain rank to captain a ship.
right.
So that's the difference between rank and position.
Right.
So, but yeah, people just start dying with each hit, and basically, Nog's got to get Jake out of the brig so that
Right.
he doesn't die there. And I think it was four escape pods actually got off, but
Yeah,
three of them got destroyed.
like 4 to 6, somewhere around there. But four
Yeah,
seems reasonable.
four or six, but
Yeah.
yeah, they kept getting shot down. But for whatever reason, the one that Jake and Nog and what was her name again? Collins?
Collins.
Yeah, were in. Luckily, made it through, and just the senseless waste
Hmm.
of
That's a
human
lot of dead
life.
kids.
It's a lot of dead kids, and this is again why Red Squad is a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's one of those things that poisons the mind
Yes.
and infects the mind with a superiority complex.
Hmm.
So that you're better than those other people. Just because you're in this squad and we handpicked you, you're better than those other people. And
Yeah.
that therefore you can't make mistakes. You're incapable of making a mistake because if you made mistakes, you wouldn't be in Red Squad.
Yeah.
That poisons the mind. It
It does.
removes any sense of doubt or, questioning
Accountability.
yourself, accountability. And you can see it just poisoning the crew. And when they chant Red Squad, when they're going to be marching off to their death,
Yet they were
it's like,
chanting like they were acolytes of
mhm.
some fucking doomsday
It
cult.
was like it was like a cult. It's a cult of personality.
Yeah.
The captain has taken over this ship
Hmm.
and ascribed his crew with his own ego. It's very Moby Dick in that way. There's something Captain Ahab about it,
Indeed.
is that everybody's in the shadow of his just ego-driven desire to take out this battle cruiser, a decision that was based on lack of sleep and stimulants,
Hmm.
overconfidence, because that's a side effect of stimulants. Is like what ketamine can do to a person is completely destroy their sense of judgment, or cocaine or any other kind of stimulant. It's basically taking speed to stay
Yeah.
awake. And that just destroying his judgment when he should just go home.
Yeah. That's actually why it's really hard for people who have been addicted to certain substances to be able to get out of that, because those kind of drugs literally inhibit your a part of your brain that helps you make good decisions.
Yeah.
So you literally cannot make a good decision because of the influence that this drug has now taken in your brain. And it's so frustrating because they could get clean, but it's so hard because what they've done to their body is told it, no, this is fine. And you should keep doing this because that part of their brain is just asleep now.
Yeah, remember how weak you were when you were not on this drug. This
Mm-hmm.
drug makes you stronger. This drug makes you faster. This drug makes you think better. This drug is why you are captain and will continue to be captain.
And
This
this
drug is
is,
why you are alive. If you stop taking this drug, you will fail.
yep, that's pretty much what it is. And so when people can actually go through rehab and get clean, man, that is an amazing thing
Hmm.
because it's so hard to do. Your brain is actually fighting you
When I say
during
there's no
that
such
whole
thing
thing.
as a ex-addict. You're always an addict because there's
Hmm.
always the call to take that drug. It's
Yeah, and
just you refuse day by day,
yeah,
one
and
day
that's
at a
the thing
time.
about alcoholism too.
Yep. Yeah.
Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, but you have to make the choice to
Yep.
not drink. You have to make the choice
Yep.
not to take that drug.
Every day.
And it can be hard, but when you don't have that cloud over that part of your brain, it's actually doable. It's not
Yeah.
easy,
Yeah,
but
it's like any other habit forming thing. If you can form the habit of no longer taking that drug,
mm-hmm.
just maybe, but it's hard because we do self-destructive things in times of stress.
Yep.
And one of those is to self-medicate.
Yeah, I don't do that
Yeah.
because that's it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it's replacing one problem with another,
Mm,
partly.
yeah, I rarely
It's
drink
like,
alcohol. I've never taken drugs,
yeah,
except those that were prescribed to me because of,
yeah.
my brain.
And
Because I
yeah,
have
those you
bipolar.
take
I have bipolar
accordingly.
disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I have bipolar disorder and I'm also autistic and I have ADHD. So there's a lot of stuff going on in my brain at any given moment.
Yeah. I mean, there's drugs that could probably assist me, but because of the state we're in and because of certain laws, there's no way I can take them because they're all controlled substances. So,
Yeah, which
you
is
know,
dumb.
yeah,
That part is dumb. Marijuana should not be a controlled substance, for
yeah,
fuck's sake. But
yeah,
yeah,
just general
this,
anxiety, panicking over everything, thinking I can control things that I can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the end of this is just sad. Of course, it couldn't be anything else because Collins was still saying no, he was a great man, blah blah blah.
Hmm.
And he tells her, yeah, he was a good man. He might have even been a great man, but in the end, he was a bad captain.
He was a bad captain. He says that with such finality and he's clenching her hand and putting that Red Squad pin in it,
Mm-hmm.
which has got to hurt depending on where the needle is.
Yeah, right.
Um, yeah,
Maybe it's magnetic, like their rank pips.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Yeah, it's
magnetic.
very definitive. 'Cause, yeah,
Yeah.
when Nog made the decision to abandon ship, because that was the right decision. He made a command decision.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Should we return fire, sir?" It's like, what does that accomplish?
Yeah.
We're shooting peas at a wall. It's not going to do anything. We're all going to die. One thing to do is escape.
Yep.
Take an escape pod, to ride with their lives. And yeah, they get detected by the Defiant.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize the escape pod being from the Valiant, and they're like, "Well, that's weird. Could it be a trap?" And it's like, "Well, this was like, we might as well check it out just to be safe." And just the surprise that it would end up being Nog and Jake and this Collins
Yeah. This girl that
person.
they've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just the story. And that's something too, is like Nog asking Jake, is he gonna write the story? And he's like, probably. So well, you write it from both ends, let people decide for themselves, is was the captain right or wrong?
Yeah. Well,
It's like
what
let people make up their own minds.
that's the thing. To be a good reporter, you need to be neutral. You
Yeah.
need to not show bias towards one side or another. And that's unfortunately not the way reporters work anymore. But
And I wonder too if it's something they should do anyway, because impartiality, yeah, there's something to that, of to take yourself out of the situation and not show bias, but that doesn't mean to both sides everything. That doesn't mean
no,
to give every position equal weight
no,
and
that's not
to
it. It's
normalize
just the
positions
facts.
that are absurd. But
No,
yeah,
but that's the thing. I'm just
present
talking
facts.
about
Yeah.
presenting facts without any kind of political slant to it. Just saying this is what
Mm.
happened and that's that. But that's not what we do anymore, is it?
Yeah, well, I think partly why we've slid to where we are now is that equalizing everything
Mm,
kind of positioning that news would do, that everybody's opinion, the democratization of the news, I think they called it,
mm,
is that every opinion has equal weight, which isn't true.
mm-mm,
Idiots have bad ideas and bad
mm-hmm,
opinions. And so, why are we equating the opinions of racists and misogynists and transphobes and xenophobes? Why are we equating that to positions of more rational people that want a better society where there is diversity and strength in diversity and progress?
mm-hmm.
So why do those have to be equal opinions?
They don't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. Yeah. Well, this was a depressing episode,
Well,
and
yeah. It's got dead kids in it.
it does have dead kids in it. It's one of those that it could have gone either way for me. The first time that I saw this episode, I hated it.
Hmm. I can see why you'd be frustrated with everybody on board this goddamn ship.
Yeah, especially Nog. I was so frustrated
Hmm.
with Nog, and I'm like,
Because, yeah.
wow, you're really just going to be on the ship for 5 minutes, drink the
Mhm.
Kool-Aid, and become chief engineer. Sure.
Yep. Yeah, he should know better.
Yeah, he absolutely should know better.
Man, it is a learning lesson for him too. It's
Oh
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, I should have known better. I should have seen this from the start when I
Mm-hmm.
had that sinking feeling when getting the promotion in the first place that, oh,
Yeah.
this isn't right.
Yeah.
I just thought that if this was a Friends episode, it'd be the one with the dead kids.
Oh God, I hated Friends.
I know.
I also hated Seinfeld. If you want to come for me, go ahead, but I don't care. I hated Seinfeld and I hated Friends.
I wonder if there's anything on Thursday nights you liked.
No, there was not. I didn't
Okay.
watch TV much on Thursday nights.
Ah.
Actually, I don't recall watching a ton of TV in the 90s, period. Watched a lot of Star Trek, of course.
Of course.
Uh, and some other stuff I can't remember. A lot of basketball games, because
The Jazz.
my mom was really into basketball, and I enjoy basketball too.
Yep.
Um,
Stockton in his tiny shorts.
so wrong. Um, yeah, who actually has turned out to be a horrible, horrible person, and that
Well,
made me
I
sad.
think that's true of a lot of athletes. Not all of them, but a lot of
Mm,
them.
a lot of them, yeah. So, yeah. Do we have anything more to say about this episode, or can we put it to bed?
Put it to bed like a bunch of dead kids.
God
Um,
damn it, Dave. I should have laughed. But you just keep talking about dead kids.
oh, it's just shocking. And it's also shocking because of the nature in which this is filmed, because I think
Mm-hmm.
this is still in the old aspect ratio.
Mm-hmm.
And there's kind of the TV film quality
Mm.
that it looks like an episode of Wishbone.
What's
So
the
it's like an
story,
episode of
Wishbone?
Wishbone, a bunch of dead kids, and it's just because they all have that like Canadian public television kind of look to them all, you know?
You have ruined this for me forever, and I thank you for it.
Oh, good. So this isn't going to depress you each time you watch it anymore, huh?
Makes
And
me.
just the tableau in which they all fall over and die is like not very convincing dead acting. So they're
Oh my
all dead,
God.
and like, are they?
Are they though? I
Are
think
they
I saw that
though?
one. I think I saw that one trying not to breathe.
Are they? It's like the opening sequence, the intro to the new Peacemaker series is when they
Hmm.
all lay down in that tableau like they're all dead,
Uh-huh.
and they're just kind of all kind of lay there, and you're like, yeah, I guess you're supposed to be dead. You don't seem dead.
Or are you really just tired from your
You're
dance
just
number?
mostly dead. Yeah,
Just- I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was valiant, and we had
that
a
was
lot of
valiant of
words.
us to cover that episode.
It was valiant of us to cover that episode, which means now it's the
Oh,
fun
right.
times.
Come on, TOS.
Yeah,
Can
let's
we
get
just
it.
pretend
No,
and do a TOS? All right.
no, no. We're going to do it the right way.
Okay. Random is random.
Random is random. Okay, so let me just make sure that I have everything up to date. So, yep, 954 is our
954, 954.
yep. So that is our highest number
Right.
because we had the Strange New Worlds season finale for season 3, and that
Come
was
on,
episode
something under
951.
60.
All right, here we go. Hey Siri, give me a random number between 1 and 954.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
191,
191 next generation?
probably. Yep. Next Generation, season 4, episode 11, Data's Day.
Data's Day.
That is the
Hmm.
episode that we will be covering. It's like we're going uh Deep Space Nine and then back to TNG, and then a Voyager one slips in there and Deep Space Nine.
Well, they're all the ones that have like 7 seasons, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
does.
that's the brunt of it, really.
Yep. So let me just highlight this so I don't forget and go, what
Data's
the hell?
Day.
What the hell?
So we're
So
going to be
yeah.
talking a lot about Brent Spiner in that one.
Yes, we are going to be talking a lot about Brent Spiner, and I have met Brent Spiner, and we had a lovely conversation.
Nice.
There are a lot of people who have not had lovely conversations with Brent Spiner, and sometimes I wonder if those people were assholes. Just,
Uh,
I
I've
don't know.
heard about this. There's always that chance that you might meet a celebrity on the wrong day.
Yeah.
that everybody has bad days, including celebrities, and they might not just be in the mood to chat.
Yeah. Well, the
It
thing
also
is, if you're,
depends on the celebrity too, because some are more laid back than others.
yeah. Well, the thing is if you're going to be at a convention, please,
Yeah.
please don't be a dick. But there are a lot of people who are dicks to celebrities. So,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
talk about a place for social awkwardness. I mean, a
Mm-hmm.
convention floor
Yeah.
and fandom and some questions that might get asked and people that might not be able to divide reality from fantasy too well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and confuse the actor for the role.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing about being an iconic actor like somebody from Star Trek is that you get that a lot,
Yeah.
I would think. So there we
Well,
are, back to TNG with Data's
yep,
Day,
Data's
and
Day.
I don't remember what this one is about. I mean, obviously it's about Data, but I don't
It could be
remember its
several
plot.
things that come to mind because there are several data themed, or centric episodes. Just
Yeah,
not Measure of a Man because that's the
no,
trial one.
yeah, and that one I would know
Yeah.
because I would know. That one is one of the ones that you say Measure of a Man, and I know which episode it
Yeah,
is.
that's one of those, on people's list of Star Trek episodes to watch. Measure of Man,
Mm,
I think, is one.
yes, yes,
So yeah,
indeed.
back to the Enterprise and the Next Generation crew next time.
Yep, there we go. Still haven't hit TOS.
Nope, one of these days.
One of these days.
Maybe by year two or year three, I should say, because we are in year
Yeah,
two.
we're in year two. I can't believe it's been a year.
Yeah,
Man, over a year now.
yeah.
So yeah. Dave, do you have anything you want to tell people?
Do I have anything to tell people? Oh, there's a fun little thing on Blue Sky right now where people are making a band singular. So I did the Field of a Nephilim, which is kind of a nice double singular because it's Fields of the Nephilim. So it's kind of
Mhm.
fun to do that. Front one instead of 242. Status I instead of status X. So Susie and the Banshee, which is funny because it really should just be Susie.
Yep.
Because that would be singular. I might do that. Just do Susie. Yeah, so that's fun and a nice way to kind of catch up on names of bands and have to kind of reverse engineer what they're talking about. Oh yeah, Bandcamp, I started a Gothic playlist. It got too big at start because I was putting full albums on.
Mm,
So I went and just put songs on. So it's about 34 songs long now. Just Gothic rock, traditional Gothic rock, French Cold Wave, death rock, that sort of stuff. Like really bare bones, essential, straight up traditional Gothic rock. So that's fun because, yeah, Spotify is sometimes, I mean, even though we're recording the podcast on Spotify, it can be a bit of a dick.
yep.
So kind of moving away from Spotify playlists and trying to do more with Bandcamp because Bandcamp pays their artists.
Yes, they do.
So, yeah.
And
DJ Evil Dave, that's where you can find me on most places.
yeah, the thing about Bandcamp playlists is that you can have a total of 500 tracks, which is interesting because if you have a particular album that's only one track and that track is 11 hours long, you can
Hmm.
still put that on there. It still counts as just one track.
So your dark ambient playlist could be insane
Hmm.
because it could be close to 500 hours
Yeah.
if you
Oh.
did all these
Mhm.
one-track albums out there.
Yeah, but there are a lot of them, but there are not as many as just regular
Yeah.
sized albums. So,
Yeah, a
yeah.
lot of them you're looking at 8 to 10 tracks.
Yep, depending on how long the tracks are.
I've got a lot of
Whether
albums that are
it's
20, 30, 40
mm,
tracks
whether it's a
on the album.
compilation
Yeah.
or so anyway.
Oh,
Um
that's a nice idea. Playlist of
yeah,
compilations. Mm,
yeah, there we go. So there you are, folks. That was Valiant. Your homework, of course, is Data's Day. So watch that this week and then come back and listen to us harp on about that for an
right.
hour.
Yeah, try. remember what that episode is, which we'll do after we watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to, I honestly don't want to look it up. I just
Yeah,
want
you've
to
been
watch
that
it.
way. You've been wanting to be surprised. And so when I know what an episode was, you're like, no, no, no,
Yeah, don't tell me.
don't tell me.
Because then I'll have certain expectations.
Yeah, you
And
want to come in
instead of,
fresh
yeah, just
and
coming in
go,
fresh.
oh, that episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, oh, I don't remember this episode. Oh, now I do.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what is,
Yeah,
oh no, I got this.
right.
Okay then. I'm tired. Let's go.
Shield modulation,
Yep.
bold to go, unready room. You know these things. Rate and
Yeah.
review if you want. Follow us on YouTube, Blue Sky, etc., Bandcamp, Tumblr,
Mm-hmm.
Hear This,
Yep.
so on and so on.
All the places. All right then.
Mhm.
We have done our duty. We have done our duty and we survived to tell the tale. So we
Yeah, we
will
did. We went
we
home.
we went home. And we'll talk to y'all next week. So have a great week and do something fun for yourself, okay?
Yeah, find something joyful and enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, kids. Bye.
Bye.
Ska.